Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechWit Solutions. I'm about to go live with the Learn Plan Profit team for about 30 minutes for our morning live trading session. After that, we have a couple of things to do, so I'm going to be taking you guys along. I hope that you guys enjoy. All right, team, so we're all done trading for the day. It is 10:50 a.m. I actually want to show you guys. You guys can see that. Again, all my positions are closed on both you guys and D guys. A total of 25 orders were taken today, and I made a little bit over $1,000 profit. So that's what we have going on today. Now, Nick and I are gonna be heading to the gym, and then we're gonna go pick up our check for a property that we flip, and we have a pretty funny story for you guys. Let's go. So Nick and I just got back from the gym. We ate Chipotle. Now Nick is all packed. He's gonna be heading to the airport. On the way to the airport, Nick and I are gonna be picking up our check of our first house flip together. So this is one that we bought November.
I think it was the first couple days in November.
Okay, and then ended up selling it for above asking price. We officially closed yesterday. We're gonna go pick up our check and then cash it in.
Filling up the McLaren.
Pick up the little check.
We're gonna go spend it.
Maybe not all at once, but give us a month.
It's that much, you need a month?
Yeah, there we
Got it. Just got the check. Gonna head to the bank, cash it in, and we have a crazy story for you guys about this property and everything that happened. I think you guys are gonna both find it funny, but also I think you guys can learn from our mistakes as well. All right, so before we get into the main idea of this video, I wanna talk about why I'm even making it. So there's this house flip again that we closed on today, as you guys saw, and one of the things that I did is, so on Thursday of last week, I signed the overall documents that I needed to close on the property. And me being the seller, I thought that I was the last person to sign. Therefore, I thought when I signed, again, that the property was closed. That was not the case, right? And I was informed about this shortly after. Lenny, which is kind of like my mentor, overall agent that I work with when it comes down to investing in real estate, always is like looking out for both Nick and I. Nick is the partner that I have on this house flip. And one of the things that I did is me thinking that as soon as I signed that we are closed, they just said that they just need to record, and I thought we were all good, right? I thought I did all my part. I thought she signed already, and that was not the case. I was informed that she had to sign the next day, which was going to be Friday. So Lenny sent me a message, and it looked like this. It pretty much was just letting us know to not celebrate too early because we have not closed. Again, I was completely unaware that we were not closed on the property. One of the things that he shared with me is, again, one of the reasons to not celebrate too early is because, again, although it's very unlikely, he shared a story that he experienced before when he was selling a property to this lady that ended up falling, slipping, and dying the day of closing. Super unfortunate story, but very, very unlikely. He was like, again, most likely we are good. I just wanted to at least give you guys an example of why possibly to, not celebrate before we actually close. Both Nick and I were like, dude, lesson learned. We agree, won't happen again. And we just wait for Friday to come around, right? It's literally the next day. We wake up to a message, and this is me. I'm trading. I'm doing my thing. We're having a good Friday. She's like, dude, I'm gonna cash in my check today. This flip was amazing. We made tens of thousands of dollars off of it. I just want to cash it in. We received a message from Lenny, and this was it. I was in disbelief. This lady ended up, on her way supposedly to close, wasn't able to go to sign because she had to get rushed to the ER. Super unfortunate situation. There was nothing like, I wasn't mad at myself, I wasn't mad at her or anything like that. It was just like, what are the odds? That's all I was thinking now. Like, what are the odds? It's because we celebrated too soon. I think that, again, this is just karma to put into perspective. But again, we were kind of like, okay, this was going to be a long weekend since Martin Luther King Day was on Monday, so the banks weren't going to open until Tuesday. So what we ended up doing is, again, Nick ended up visiting. He's from California, and then on Tuesday, which is when, again, she's scheduled to close, which was yesterday, the guys and I took a trip to go snowboarding, and we were in Flagstaff. We were enjoying the snow, and it was a pretty solid morning. I hit over $1,000 yesterday as well in the stock market. I felt good. And all we were waiting for was for us to receive the message from Lenny that she signed. We end up getting a message from Lenny that says, call me now. Let's be honest, that's never good. So Nick ends up calling him because I was actually writing at the time, and then I end up calling him shortly after. The buyer was driving to sign to close on the property, and then ended up calling the agent, said that she's not signing, she's not buying the house, and she's pretty much just walking away from it. And again, we're just in disbelief. We're just like, wow. It just kind of made me second guess the whole ordeal that happened on Friday. Like, was she not really rushed to the ER? Was it just an excuse for her to have more time? Regardless, we're like, okay, like there's nothing that we can do to convince her. She didn't feel comfortable buying it. And we're like, whatever. And then we end up learning that the earnest money deposit is only $1,000, and we pretty much invested almost $1,000 to get it up to her standards. So therefore, we almost felt like we just wasted kind of like a month, right? Because we had the house under contract in the beginning of January. We were just asking so many questions, right? Like, why did it take her so long to walk away from this? Why on the day of signing? Why? Regardless, we got the news that she wasn't going to sign, that she was moving somewhere else, and whatever, right? Lenny went ahead and relisted the property. We're just like, dude, we're gonna have to wait another 30 to 45 days to accept an offer, to go through the whole appraisal process, to go through the whole inspection period. And it's just a bunch of wasted time and money, and we have to do it all over again for the same property. And we're just like, we received a message literally like 2 or 3 hours after that from Lenny, who again is our real estate agent, saying that she signed and we are expected to close in 2 days, which means record in 2 days, which means that the house is then hers. 2 hours later, we just don't even message him. We're just like waiting. And then we get the message, we signed, we're all good, congrats. And that is pretty much it. So I've invested in a couple properties, right? I bought my first house at age 20, as you guys know, and I've invested in a total of 13 properties as of now. This was my first property that I invested in as an actual rehab and a flip, meaning that I not only invest money into the property, but I invest money to rehab it and to then sell it for a profit within a very short period of time. So we approach this as a learning experience. And both Nick and I agreed, who's my partner on this flip, that even if we walk away at a break even, we were doing this just because we were so eager to learn, right? We wanted to learn the ropes. I was shadowing Lenny for a couple months as he was flipping homes, as I invested into the properties, and this was our first go at it. So if we walked away even at a break even, we would have been okay. So I wanted to do a full breakdown for you guys. I bought the house for $227,500 with closing costs, with title fees, right? Because I bought it through a wholesaler, meaning that I didn't have to pay commission. I just went straight through the title agency. Ended up being at a little bit over $230,000. It was like $230,100. We put about $16,000 in repairs, overall expenses, and utilities. So that puts us at about $246,000. We listed the house for $285,000. We got over 8 offers within 24 hours. And within 30 hours, we accepted an above asking price offer, which was this one at $293,000. Through the inspection period, she brought up a couple things that she wanted a credit for. We credited her $2,500, which puts us at a net sell price of $290,500, which after commissions, and after title fees was a little bit under $2,100. We walk away with a little bit over $26,000 profit. Again, this was our first go at it. There are so many mistakes that we made. There are so many lessons that we learned from. And I think that's one of the things that I enjoy most, is that it's great that we're able to turn this around for a profit. $26,000 is a great deal of money, and I agree. But again, we're just getting started. And for Nick and I, it's very eye-opening to see what we can do with the right people, with the right team, and how we can do this and build this to be more effective, more efficient at our second go at it. And that's exactly what we're working on. I already invested in another property earlier this month, and I have another one that is set to close on the 26th. So we're still trying to stay proactive. We're still trying to, again, be very involved with this whole real estate thing that we have going on. But we understand we don't want to get over our heads when it comes down to this. We don't want to think that we have it all figured out. I still feel like I'm learning new stuff every single time that I take on a new project when it comes down to these real estate flips and real estate properties. So I'm very excited for what 2020 has to come, and I'm just approaching it and hoping that I learn something from every single project that we take on, and kind of just the profit and all of that is just kind of like the cherry on top. So very thankful, very grateful, very blessed, and very excited for the next flip. So I really hope that it earned your thumbs up. I thought I would share this pretty crazy story. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any crazy stories you guys have ever experienced as a real estate agent, as a real estate investor, or ever just buying a house. I'd love to hear you guys out, and I'm sure I can learn something maybe from from your guys' mistakes as you guys can learn something from mine. So if you guys would like to stay connected, I really hope that I earned a thumbs up, but don't forget to join our free investing group. We're the largest one on Facebook, and that's going to be that first link down below. So I'm glad I was able to take you guys along throughout my day when it comes down to trading in the stock market and the $1,000 that I made in the stock market. And on top of that, both of my best practices and the mistakes that I made on my first house flip, and a pretty different story to say the least, that we definitely learned from our mistakes, and hopefully again we won't celebrate too soon. So thank you guys again for your time, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.